Welcome to Tweakatune, the YouTube channel created to provide feedback and promotion from songwriters all over the world. Now join us for this week's edition of Tweakatune.
Hi everybody, I'm Mary Dawson. Welcome again to your place in cyberspace for songwriters. We hope you come back often and hang out here because we love having you around. Our song today comes to us from Fort Worth, Texas. The songwriter is Jim Nitschke. Jim originally comes from Wisconsin, but he now claims Texas as his home, and he's very, very active in the Texas music scene here. Jim recalls that he started writing his first songs when he was maybe 10 or 11 years old, and he's a master of a lot of instruments. He plays almost everything with strings: banjo, ukulele, guitar. He also plays keyboards and accordion. So he's very well versed in all kinds of music and loves all styles. The song we're going to hear today is called Flower Moon. So let's give our attention to Jim's song.
It's 9 o'clock, the daylight slipping out to sea. The bell at the hut singling, begin the feast. Under the moon, the flower moon, the glistening sea, great company beneath a tree. Pina coladas, margaritas, a cold beer. Girls in grass skirts move hula hands, the night draws near. So hold this moment, would you bring me another cold beer? Hold this moment, we're all certainly glad to be here. Sitting on a pier with you, my dear, our toes dangling in the water. A flower moon now slowly dancing across the sea. The smell of shrimp we've got boiling down by the sea. The sound of music fills the air up through the trees. Coconut oil is what we use to cook the feast, anticipating while we're waiting, enjoying the breeze. So hold this moment, would you bring me another cold beer? Hold this moment, we're all certainly glad to be here. Under the moon, the flower moon, the glistening sea, great company beneath the trees. The glistening sea, great company, begin the feast.
Well, I would call this genre of songs feel-good music. It just makes you feel good. It takes you on a trip to the Hawaiian Islands and makes you want to put your toes in the sand. It entertains. A 3-minute vacation. And my mother used to say, if you're having fun at a party, probably everybody else is having fun too. And I think that's the way Jim approaches his music. He really has fun with it, and everybody else enjoys it too. Great visual lyrics. He established that Hawaiian vibe very early on. The first lines say, it's 9 o'clock, the daylight's slipping out to sea. Under the moon, the flower moon over Hawaii. Really nice. And then he used a lot of other visual images like the girls in grass skirts, the hula hands, sitting on the pier with our toes dangling in the water, the smell of shrimp, coconut oil. All these little images added to our picture of this scene. And it was very, very effective. It was a nice recording. The melody was very hooky. I think you'll find yourself humming or whistling this melody. It was good. The vocals were clear. It was a simple demo, but it was very well presented. Effective arrangement. Great song. And I'll have some tweaks in just a minute. Okay, for some tweaks, Jim. I loved this hook title, Flower Moon. I thought it was very romantic, very Hawaiian, but I found that it kind of got buried in the verses. It wasn't placed in a strategic place in the song where I could get that that was the title. And for songwriters, it's important that listeners understand what is the hook title of the song so that they know what they should be asking for when they call the radio station or when they're trying to find you on iTunes. So make sure you place your hook title strategically and repeatedly. Even though the song worked as it is, I think that's something that Jim could consider. Now, the other thing is that what Jim has designated as a chorus on his lyric sheet, I really think is a bridge. Because why do I say that? Because it's transitional. It does not come back to a home base. A chorus can be sung alone, it can stand alone, but a bridge has to finish somewhere else. It has to transition into another concluding part of the song. So I would suggest that Jim revisit this and decide whether or not he wants to make this a verse-chorus song or an AABA song without a chorus. If he decides for the verse-chorus, I would suggest that he place his hook title, Flower Moon, in either the first or last line of the chorus, and possibly more if he can. Or if he decides not to have a chorus, then he could place it strategically in the A sections at either the first or the last lines of the verses. And either way, it would help that hook title to come to the front and people would understand what the song was and what the title was. Or, you know what? Jim may decide not to follow either of those suggestions and just forget about it and leave it as it is, and that's okay too, because I don't claim to be always right, and it's Jim's song. So at the end of the day, Jim, take what you like and leave the rest. Well, thanks so much, Jim, for submitting your song. We really, really did enjoy it. And now, listeners, it's time to hear from you. It really helps songwriters to get your feedback, because songwriters are nothing without listeners. So please make your comments on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page at Tweakatune. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Remember, there's no charge for submitting your songs. So if you have songs lying around there that you just are a little bit shy to reveal, this is the time to do it. Especially if you have any holiday or Christmas songs coming up, this is the season. So please send them to us. And follow all the submission guidelines carefully so that we don't have to discard your song because of failure to follow the guidelines. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and until next time, I'm Mary Dawson, and this is Tweakatune, where we believe that you deserve to be heard.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Tweakatune. Now we want to hear from you. Visit the link to our Facebook page to download submission guidelines. Until we tweak again, keep writing.